Yeah, God, no. All right, I'm telling you, people, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick and tired of all this garbage that these idiots, these little woke morons, try to say. What the fuck have they done to Davros now? I'm really, God, oh, I just could just take somebody and just toss them into a helicopter, off a helicopter. I don't know. I'm just pissed off, and well, you know what? There be rogues here.
What lies beneath your feet? Sacred grounds, watered with tears of blood. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
Well, hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the new and improved Rogue Entertainment. Thank you for that 4 out of 10 rant, Deej. It was a lot better than the sound effects we heard before you went live. So.
Hey, I was trying to get my might all out because, damn it, I needed something to relax with.
Well, there are less people than I expected to be on the show today. It's good to see Slender Dad is in the chat along with Mama Bear Art Doll. What a name, my goodness. But it's great to see our fine host and founder of Rogue Entertainment, the author Stephen Walton, here
Hail, brother.
with us tonight. Also known as Ladonis Dragonstorm, but if you're me, you regard them as two different people. Good to see Bad Take Tina Bojan. You could call her the channel administrator or the administrator of Rogue Entertainment. Great to see you, lovely lady. And the Pink Bunny is here, folks. He's no longer, shipping soy to Saudi Arabia. He is now on Rogue Entertainment, and he's going to unleash hell in regards to Doctor Who, especially. I once loved Doctor Who, and I grew up with Doctor Who throughout my youth. New Who, not classic Who. And I have no interest in it now, but it's good to see that Deej still has some passion. And without all
Somebody's got to keep
folks,
the fight up, damn it.
Yep, and I'm fully in favor of it, although I cannot waste my time in regards to a show that I think is dead. But it's great to see all you fine folks in the chat, all you lurkers out there as well. Without all you fine folks and fellow creators, this channel wouldn't be where it is today, and Rogue Entertainment wouldn't be, how long has it been now, Stephen? 4, 5
it's been
years
about 3 years. About 3 years now.
3 years strong, right.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoy the show.
Hail the chat. Thank you very much, Ryan. Roger Athy, guys, make sure to check out his channel. A lot of great interviews over there. And thank you very much for being here. What's up, Slender Dad Therapy Rogues? Actually, that is an old. Oh, damn! Look at me. That is an old intro, kind of revamped, and just want to play that because the spirit of this channel, the spirit of Rogue Entertainment, is supporting everyone. We do not kneel. See, we were kicked out as fans. We were told that we were wrong because we did not like the misappropriation of our modern mythologies uses a platform to espouse socio-political jargon, garbage, extremism. And we together stood up from all our different lunch tables. All of us, all our different creators, people in CG, people making books, people making comics, making channels and videos, all of us, no matter where we are across this sphere, we all stand and have been dejected by the entertainment industry. So it's a very important thing that I believe, in the sense, as Ryan always says, we're all on the same team. I think that in the sense that we are all fans who have been dejected and vilified, in that way we are all on the same team. So as I always say, my brothers and sisters, please make sure to support who you love, whatever content you enjoy, especially if they are creating comics or books or some kind of media. Please support them because they, like you, were rejected. Their modern mythologies were taken. They were told that they were evil because they wanted to stay true to Lord, to their escapism, to their inspirations. And make sure to do that because in that sense, we are all on the same team. Hail the chat. It's good to see you. Good to see Mama Bear Arkdoll out there. Good to see you, honey. Appreciate you. What's up, 5.5 Axis? Nice to see you, man. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Mostly appreciate you. Very much appreciate you. Not mostly. Oh my God. Slender Dad. He says, busy day. I'm too tired to be interesting. That's all right. Stick around in the chat, my brother. Stick around in the chat. We enjoy you there. So before we go on, Ryan, what you got? Who are you going to be interviewing? Who's slated on Reality Based?
Well, I've got quite a few. We recently talked to Vex Electronica a few hours ago, but we have quite a few people who are due to be on Reality Based. On the 21st, it will be with DJ Ronnie G. On the 22nd, it will be with that girl Casey. On the 23rd, of course, Reality Based Movies, where Anime Night will return. And then on the 24th, we'll be going through Deep Silver for reality-based gaming. And then, to top it all off, as I like to say, for the 25th of November, we will be inviting John Delarose as a guest of reality-based. We'll be going through his origins, his happenings, how he got to where he is today, go through some of his controversies, and ask him a few questions that his detractors would like to have answered, because
that's a hell of a lineup.
Balanced on reality based. So that's the schedule for next week, and hopefully everyone will turn up and everyone will enjoy. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, another content creator out there, whether you like him or not, John Delarose. If you enjoy his content, please support him. What's going on, Tina? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Worked a lot today. Wanted to read, but worked instead. But that's okay because got to keep the money coming in. And of course, I almost thought that winter was coming and all the allergies would go away. And then darn Chicago got a 65-degree sunny day and now it's all congested again.
That's awesome. You're going to be over on Sporky News Podcast tonight. What's going on over there?
Oh gosh, we're having another fantastic episode. I forget the number of Talking Random, and it looks like everything says talking instead of thinking random. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that we get the branding right. And our guest this evening is the wonderfully talented Vinny Tartamella. And besides the fact that he's going to hang with us, he's also going to promote his Indiegogo campaign for his latest art book. It's volume 3, some of the greatest work I've seen in the Indesphere. I absolutely love his comics. He's got this awesome hardbound graphic novel that is fantastic. I loved it. So did my 12-year-old niece, and I had to steal it back because I didn't want to give it away. So
that's incredible.
So I think you guys will really in for a great show. So when they're done here, come join us over there on Sporking's channel.
That's great awesome. Yeah, Vinny.
There. Very bright. Hello.
Sorry.
Love the background, Mama. That's incredible. Yeah, Vinny Art is called the Fulfillment King for a reason. He cares about his fans. He cares about his art, his packaging, and another person who was, who was vilified for not supporting woke entertainment, decided to create his own thing, and he does it very well. Really cares about his work, his passion. Is very, very talented. I own several of his books. Please go check him out and support his projects.
We need
What's
more
going
folks
on?
like Vinny. We need more folks like Vinny.
Yes, we do. What's going on, Deej? How are you, brother?
You said the magic word packaging, so I had to change the icon.
Oh my God!
I'm finally out of the damn field. So
You
I
put
am ready.
polls in the chat and all that. Like there's a lot of hidden. There's a lot of hit when you talk. Like I don't know what I'm hearing sometimes. I don't know what you're trying to say, Deej. I'm glad you put it away though.
The poll was on X, formerly known as Twitter, to see if I should drink or not for Thanksgiving. That's all that was. Jeez.
Well, what are you going to be doing Thanksgiving?
Well, so far all the votes are basically saying yes to drinking the whole bottle of Fireball.
God, this is going to be a disaster. I'm so going to be in the chat for that. Please tell me Pickles is going to be around.
Oh, Pickles, I'm sure will be around. So will a few others. There's been a couple of people that said they wanted to come up and drink with me while I'm doing it. So
I'll pray Londale's there to give you shit.
So basically, by the end of the stream, I will be talking in cursive.
All right, looking forward to that.
Never get drunk on a live stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's a walking disaster then.
Some of my best live streams have been me drunk.
Another great artist in this community, Mads Mama Bear. What's up, sweetheart? How you been? What you got going on?
Hey, right now I actually do have a project that I'm working on. I am hoping to get the video loaded sometime this week. It's been a very involved project. I also have a new series that should be debuting soon with Retro Nerd Girl, where we are going over the Gargoyles cartoon.
Oh my God, I love Gargoyles.
Yeah, right?
That's
She's
badass.
never seen it, so this has been an absolute blast to do.
Nice. In the chat, we've got Zax. The Shoulders have entered the chat. What's up, Zax? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I'm not saying I'm switch hitting, but you make me think now and again, Zax. That's all I'm saying. One man shows in the chat. Yes, was so thankful that we didn't put a short out on this channel and put an actual video out. Thank you so much for your praise. I appreciate you, one man show. CJH, what's going on? Hail the fourth wave. Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for all your support. Ruben Christopher Haynes, what's up, man? He goes, hail. Spoke with Gary J and the others. I am building a business plan. I will be launching myself as a consulting producer, focused on making your dreams and content, etc., get produced and launched in the alt economy. Awesome, dude. That is freaking incredible, man.
Best of luck to you, Ruben.
Yeah. Best of luck. So the first topic for this evening is Doctor Who, and I'm going to pass that over to the Whovians on the panel, led by DJ Odyssey, who tried to rant at the beginning. He was too frustrated, but go ahead. Speak with the eloquence we expect, Deej. Go ahead.
Here, I'll even share the damn article that between that and that stupid Children of Need video crap thing they put out yesterday.
In need.
Yeah, whatever.
Tina, would you move Ryan down so because he's on camera? Thanks.
They don't deserve my respect after what they've done to Davros. After 48 years, Doctor Who has completely redesigned the Dalek creator. Yes, they have changed Davros.
Ooh.
Davros was redesigned. He is no longer in his mobile chair because it's harmful trope of a wheelchair using villain. I don't. How many wheelchair using villains has there actually been?
None
I can't think of any. The only ones I could think of were good ones. Like you go way back to Ironside. Damn it, that wasn't a villain. Captain Pike in TOS.
I think DC, the Thinker, that one's occasionally is in a wheelchair.
Okay, but you got Professor X. He's in a wheelchair. He's not a villain.
Yeah.
So where the hell are they coming up with this so that it's outdated cultural stereotype?
Maybe they found a way to make people walk again.
I
And
mean,
this is their
seriously,
way of
come on.
launching it. Was
That was War
Davros cured
Machine.
by Jesus Christ himself?
No, there's no explanation in the Children of Need. He's just walking around sounding like a World War II bad guy. That's the whole damn thing in that Children of Need. Then he takes off, the 14th Doctor crashes, knocks off part of the Dalek that he's trying to work, even though they can't figure out what to call a Dalek during that. It was Tennant himself that came out, said the name, and then this little lackey that was working for Davros says, "Oh, that's a good name," and writes it down.
Mm.
And
Just
then the whole
destroying
sucker,
lore,
the whole
just
sucker
destroying-
part,
Mm.
the plunger.
Mm.
That was because of Tennant's Doctor 2 on why it became part of. This all was taking place right before Genesis of the Daleks, which is one of the best Dalek series episodes out there. But no, they rewrote the whole damn thing.
What's the best
I-
way to build up the future in the 21st century? It's to destroy the past. That's what these fuckers are doing and are still doing to this day.
And this is Russell T Davies. Now, I told everybody when it was announced that he was coming back, all these people had all these hopes like, oh, Doctor Who is going to get saved. First thing I said was, no, it's not. Because he's been waiting for the time to be able to push his woke agendas that he has. That's why he will not fix it from the crap that happened during Whitaker and Chinball's run.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's going to get fixed. No, it's just going to keep piling on more garbage to make this completely and total crap.
We're going to get more political correctness, folks.
Yes,
from
we will.
The future stories. We're going to get more social justice. We're going to get more identity politics. We're going to have Dr. Black kissing a white guy in the 19th century just to shit all over history and say that the fans don't matter, the lore doesn't matter, you and I don't matter. But they'll bitch and moan when this show is ultimately cancelled, because this show was once cancelled over record low viewing figures. So if it can happen once, it can certainly happen again.
I mean, here's what Russell T. Davis said, as he told Doctor Who Unleashed that it was a conscious decision to move away from some outdated cultural stereotypes, discussing that the Dalek creator's problematic legacy. RTD reflected on his discomfort about continuing to play into the trope of the wheelchair-using, disabled, disfigured monster. I do not know.
Black Angus has joined us. What's up, Angus?
Oh, good.
Hey,
I do not know where he gets that goddamn idea in his head.
Angus, are you a Whovian by any chance? Do you like Doctor Who?
No. Hell no.
Okay, so you and I are
But-
sitting this one out. All right. Go
But
ahead.
reading this trope of the wheelchair using disabled disfigured monster, it's like, oh, that's what that is. Now I kind of love it. Now I want to support it.
Yeah, the BBC is a wheelchair using disabled disfigured monster. It's never made any money. It's practically kept on life support the same way Davros is. So removing it is actually a great way of removing a character's foundations, which are the archetype of what the BBC has turned into. I have to go and get something to show Black Angus. I'll be right back. Please continue speaking your mind.
So if this is an outdated stereotype, trope, bullshit, crap thing, then, and Doctor Who is going to be on Disney Plus, then don't you think maybe he ought to talk to the heads of Disney Plus and tell them that, hey, your Marvel bit, Professor X can't be in a wheelchair anymore.
You see, it's only bad when it's the villain. Apparently, I even found this one article where God, what was it? That supervillain in the that one. The disabled villain trope, connecting a villain's evilness to a physical or mental disability, has a long history in the movie industry. This trope of disability has the reinforced stigmatization and misrepresentation of people with disabilities. That's from Kent EDU, the accessibility in the news, scary looking
Ooh.
villains.
Hey, put
Hmm?
that in the rogue chat. I want to read that.
It was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
common trope used, especially in the 19th and 20th century, because those who were considered freaks, if they were allowed, equality, equal rights under the law, that those freaks would spread amongst the population, and then more freaks would emerge. It's quite the twisted logic, as it were. But more and more, unfortunately, we are seeing sick, twisted freaks of a mental variety taking over our franchises and ripping them apart piece by piece. So I think our recent ancestors had a point, and since Black Angus is here, I'm going to show this to Andreas. But I recently bought some vinegar, and I thought of you, Black Angus. So there we go. He loves it. He loves it.
Hard
There
R.
we go. There you go. It's Sarson's too, malt vinegar. Very good, very
I do
good
love me
brand.
some malt vinegar on some
Yes,
fries.
but please, Dee, carry on with this article.
Well, it's beyond this article because also Russell T. Davis made the idiotic statement that Doctor Who is not for kids.
Oh God, I literally grew up with the show. I know I don't
Uh,
look 24, guys, but I literally grew up with New Who from 2005 until 2018, when I just said, "Fuck it, I'm not watching this show anymore. It's shit."
Doctor Who was specifically made for kids.
Hmm.
That was
I
the
remember
intent.
the only time the only Doctor Who I've ever watched was when I was a kid. It was on like the public broadcasting network, and like like the old one. That's so if it's not for kids, why was it on public broadcasting? And why did I find it fascinating as a child? Like I don't understand.
Oh,
I don't
you
understand.
gotta listen to that key phrase though. He says it's not meant for kids, which means that he's going to push a bunch of bullshit in this that shouldn't be watched by kids.
Yeah, he's going to turn it into this like a woke, politically correct adult show. The kind of show that Nkuti Gakwa, or whatever the fuck his name is made his name in. There's going to be sexual content. For all we know, there could be condoms and fucking sex scenes with that fucker, because he has done that on BBC shows.
We already know that one of the characters in the 60th anniversary special is going to be trans, because the main character that you're going to see, Rose, which is the daughter of Donna, is trans.
Oh,
Wait. Are you talking about like porn star trans or like libs of TikTok trans? There's a real difference.
my goodness, Agnes.
Well, if he's saying this ain't meant for kids, it's probably the first.
Maybe the Minister of War has infiltrated world governments, starting in Britain, and is spreading woke ideology to destroy the Doctor from within. Because they did implant that in a story of Doctor Who, where a side character tries to tell the Doctor about the Minister of War, and he's like, "No, save it. We're doing this." So it could be that. If you want to save the show, use the Minister of War. Just like if you want to save Star Wars, use the Yuzong Vong, cause a collapse of reality, and reset everything by destroying the Yuzong Vong.
Now, Tina, you said you watched a few seasons of Doctor Who. So, did you get any idea? Like, was it adult to you, or was it family oriented?
Oh, I thought it was very family oriented. I also remember watching the original series, and of the original series, Tom Baker's the one I remember the most, because that would have been closest to, the years that I was watching the reruns on public access. My seventh grade teacher was in love with Tom Baker's Doctor Who, and all the kids at school knew who he was when he dressed up for Halloween. So obviously there were children watching it, and even when the series restarted with Eccleston, I never thought that there was an issue. I mean, there might have been scenes that I thought were a little on the scarier side, but hey, it's up to a parent to know what their kid can handle. There's some 5-year-olds that could make it through, Freddy versus Jason, and there's some 25-year-olds who can't. So,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, especially like I think us 80s kids, You know, when they started changing the ratings, like what was PG, what was PG, when they invented PG-13 and all that. Like, I remember growing up and seeing things that would be considered mature today, but
Hmm.
they knew we could handle it, you know, as kids.
Well,
Although,
as society gets more sensitive, ladies and gentlemen, the ratings for certain films and games and even TV shows, they get, you know, higher and higher standards. So what was considered PG-13, say in the beginning of the 1980s, would be mature, as Stephen said. This is what happens when a society just keeps getting weaker and weaker and weaker. It becomes more sensitive, less tolerant of the mental things, but somehow more tolerant if someone physically attacks someone or dogpiles someone in the street, especially if the perpetrators look like Black Angus. Please continue,
oh my
Stephen.
God, I think. Oh no,
No.
Mads was trying to say something. Go ahead, honey.
Yeah, I'm going to interject here
Oh,
because, for starters, I do, like, in response to what Stephen was saying about how they knew we could. They didn't care if we could handle it.
mhm.
And that's being 100% real. My sister, in fact, I think the adults back then took it as almost an entertaining challenge on us, because, like, my sister alone, like, I came down one day and she's watching this movie. I'm like, "Oh, what you watching?" "Oh, you're gonna love this. There's a little girl your age in it." That was Poltergeist.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I watched
no.
that when I was a kid.
Yeah,
They're
Must have been a fun
here.
watch,
right.
Mama. Must have been a fun
Mhm.
watch. Hmm.
I learned to get desensitized to horror movies very fast, but they, you know, Hollywood and those who determine what's kid friendly, what's not kid friendly, they're just pulling this stuff out of their ass.
Hmm.
Because I know, like, I'm raising Gen Alpha, you know, and she's waving right now. I have one. This this generation that's coming up, the alphas,
Mhm.
the world is not ready for them.
Oh.
The reason why Five Nights at Freddy's was rated as it was instead of R as many people expected is because the majority of the fan base are under 13. This
Or
new
in their
generation,
teenagers.
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
they aren't old enough to make it into an R rating. Like, majority of the fans for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Hmm.
This new generation, the world isn't ready for them because they are just as wild as Gen X was.
Well, I personally can't wait for the neo millennials, or as they're going to call them, Generation Beta. Imagine being born during Generation Beta, because it's going to come after Alpha, Mama, obviously. So
Oh yeah,
the no, not the millennials, the kids of Gen Z, I think, will become Generation Beta, just like the kids of millennials became Generation Alpha, to use those terms. What comes after Beta? Gamma? Or for all we know, Omega, if everyone gets, you know,
Okay,
sterilized.
you're assuming Gen Z is going to have kids. They don't know what gender they are. Okay, there's an issue going on. I don't know if procreation is going to be in
Yeah,
that.
Generation Omega. After
yeah,
Generation Alpha's kids are going to be Generation Omega, the last generation of mankind.
probably,
Hmm.
if they
And
get to
if you
that
think
point.
about it, they can't call the third of the newest generations Gamma because no American knows the fucking Latin alphabet.
Yeah, that's why they use Beta. Everyone knows what Beta means.
Mm-hmm. It's
Jack
Alpha,
Murphy's
Beta,
kids,
Kappa,
for
Delta.
example.
What's the next
Yeah,
one?
don't ask me. I'll just look stupid. I don't know.
Epsilon.
Hey, Beta
Thank
was a
you.
good VCR though.
Oh my! I
Hashtag-
know.
So yeah, while we have both the ladies here, because Tina's going to be leaving in a little bit. Tina, would you give us your review of the haunted vagina?
There you
Oh
go.
gosh,
Oh
absolutely.
shit!
We we did not get to create a fancy opening or anything exciting like that, but we might be starting a new segment on Rogue Entertainment called Bad Takes Book Reviews. So there's one that I want to be able to show you. It's not actually a review. I mean, the rating is 3.5 stars by the over 2,000 folks who've read this book. But the description, as in the inside jacket, one would call it in a hardbound, is it's difficult to love a woman whose vagina is a gateway to the world of the dead. Steve is madly in love with his eccentric girlfriend, Stacy.
Why does it have to be Steve? I'm sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
sweetheart, I didn't even realize that it said Steve when I sent it to the group, so it's almost funnier now that I'm seeing that right now.
Well, at least the lady wasn't called Anton or something.
Steve is madly in love
Anton
with
the
his
tree.
eccentric girlfriend Stacy. Unfortunately, their sex life has been suffering as of late because Steve is worried about the odd noises that have been coming from Stacy's pubic region. She says that her vagina is haunted. She doesn't think it's that big of a deal. Stephen, on the other hand, completely disagrees. When a living corpse climbs out of her during an awkward night of sex,
Oh my God.
Stacy learns that her vagina is actually a doorway to another world.
Africa.
She persuades Steve to climb inside of her to explore this strange new place. But once inside, Steve finds it difficult to return, especially once he meets an oddly attractive woman named Fig, who lives within the lonely, haunted world between Stacy's
Wait.
legs.
The Steve enters the vagina, like goes into the vagina.
Yes, he does.
Like
Yes.
Narnia.
Pretty much.
Right.
This is why you always have bungee cords and 2x4s.
Maybe it's
Bounce
one of
back out.
Doctor Strange's portals that goes to Africa. You know, from
I
one,
think
from
I
one
think it's a
area to another.
TARDIS. I
I'm
think it's
kind
a
of worried.
TARDIS.
I'm kind of
just-
worried that Deej already formed a plan.
I
What's up,
won't
Mama?
lie. I'm tempted on reading this just to figure out the logistics of how he gets in there. Like, is he sucked in? Does he climb in?
Oh shit! Have you
face
ever
first?
watched American Gods?
No.
Oh man, it's
Oh, yes.
Neil Gaiman. It's a show based on a comic series.
Please do not bring up the gay gin. Please do not bring that
No,
part
it's
up.
not
I
the
couldn't
No,
watch
no,
it.
no.
Okay.
There's a goddess, I think like a sex goddess, and she like devours her worshippers via her vagina. She just like absorbed, like I don't know, she shrinks them or something and absorbs them. Sends them to like I don't know if they're like in like the soul stone or if it's like I don't know, but like he sleeps with the guy, seduces him, and then like when he starts worshiping her, saying all these epitaph stuff, he like starts shrinking, and she's just like, all right, I'm full, literally.
Mama, I think that it's imperative you read this for us and then give us the information we need. Like, give us the review.
It's not my normal type of thing, but it's not my normal type of read. But I admit just the logistics of how.
It's
Though
bigger
I'm
on the
fairly certain
inside.
reading that book is going to completely scare me.
You put your hand in, and it's like, oh, well, it's quite spacious in here. I'll just
You lose your ring.
up. And then
Well, that's
it's
the
just
problem
like
today.
you fall down.
I
like 20
kid you not.
feet.
When I was pregnant, I wanted a bigger on the inside T-shirt, but this brings a whole new meaning. Like, does she get it on her panties or in?
Whatever it is, it doesn't
did
involve
he not-
Kegels.
How did
Is it like a picture
how
book
did he
for
not
Americans?
know that there was a whole world in there?
Alton, tell us, how did you get in there?
Oh my God, Deej. That wasn't me. I'm not that Steve.
He
Okay.
used his crystals. He used his crystals to hypnotize her.
Angus said it was like Narnia. It was like, I found a lamppost and that was it. Let's start talking to Fig.
With Narnia, you gotta going backwards, so I don't think that would qualify.
Go in butt first.
Going in the
feet
back
first?
door would.
Maybe it's like a black hole and it sucks you in.
I'm not. No. Tina, are you going to read this book?
You know what? I wasn't at all, but now I'm completely fixated at this other person's review. This book is my first introduction into
Right?
the mind of one Mr. Carlton Mellick. This story is short and quick, but doesn't leave any unanswered questions. From the beginning, our main character is a man who declares his love for this quirky chick named Stacy. Stacy, for lack of a better term, is rather harsh in her emotions and selfish in her endeavors. And for whatever reason, our guy falls hard for her. Uh, Despite lack of sex and a terrifying phobia of Stacy's vagina, rightfully so, with noises, crying, and wailing coming within the fleshy cave, no one can blame him for his reservations. But when a skeleton decides to climb his way out of Stacy's special place, she now convinces our sorry sap to climb inside her and take a look around. Well, it's not an easy feat. Coming from a chick with a vagina, a normal one as far as I know, fisting is hard enough a sexual act. So after being lubed up, shaved down, and shoved in, our little buddy is on his way into a world that lives within Stacy. And its final push by Stacy reminded me very much of the South Park episode with Paris Hilton. I absolutely love the world inside her. The description Mellick gives of the village and the people is of warped
What?
awesomeness. The imaginary ghost girl of Stacy that resides within her exudes adorable childlike wonder, and her character is by far one of my favorites. She is simple and matter of fact in her actions and love for the main character. The main character, however, only wants to be released from within Stacy and out into her arms, but this is not to be. Once he is trapped by Fig, it is only a matter of time before he begins to change and become more like the creature of Fig. Eventually, he returns Fig's love, and after being left behind by Stacy, their love
He's in his
grows and
fucking
grows.
car.
And he realizes that Stacy thought he loved her.
It's not
and
a
he now
vagina.
belongs with Fig and is happier with her than he ever was with Stacy. I'm not a sappy person for the most part, and love stories are just shit to me. This story is the perfect love story if I were ever to fall in love with one.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Well, you guys got Rogue. Oh, you ladies, you have Rogue homework, and I'm looking forward to the review from the Titanium Queen. And Mads will see your girlfriend, Mama Bear. I'm looking forward to this.
No, that kind of seals it up for me. That answered the question I had. I don't need to read about guys crawling into dead coochies that expel the undead, and
it's a necro coochie. It's yeah.
Necro coochie. I like that.
Into the
That's worse than anything I covered when it came to an outro. No.
I want to see a
that answered my question. He shaved, lubed down, and went. Yeah, no.
yep.
You know what honestly what scared me was earlier when this concept first came up. Deed shed rope, couple of boards, like he was already planning a defense mechanism if he encountered a swallowing vagina. So it's a little scary, Deej.
Hey, I was a Cub Scout. I was always prepared, damn it.
That's a hell of a thing to be prepared for.
It does bear that whole from
most problems.
Poltergeist.
And a man wrote this. A man, a real man wrote this.
Are you now? Hold on. Are you guessing what his pronouns are, or you know?
Well, for all I know, he could be an American, and that's a fucking picture book. But yeah, I'm guessing. We all know Americans can't read, so it's probably a picture book.
True. But no, Scott. That's not Luke. There was a B there where the K is.
Nah.
Lubed.
It's good to see
Use the lube, Luke.
What's up, Scotty? Guys, make sure to after the show go check out Scott. He's going to be having Vinny Art on. Great panel, great talk. Tina's going to be there, and have some fun. No, Walton did not write this zombie box. Andy, don't put that shit out there. I have no interest whatsoever. Look,
he can't read, let alone write.
I am not on a pursuit. It's only 2 years late. I'm not on a pursuit to find more toxic vagina. Okay, I'm healed. I'd stay away from that. All right, I would. I promise. Don't listen to Ryan.
Why do you think Volume 2 is so delayed? He's trying to find a new person to write it for him.
That's awful.
You can't write. Can't read or write.
I don't know the Latin alphabet, and Tina called me out on that, so it's awful. I don't know. Was anyone in the chat? Would you be interested in reading about the haunted vagina? And would you encounter one? And would you be frisky enough to, I don't know, jump into one? What are your thoughts? What about you, Angus?
I'm just gonna.
That's my answer.
No, Papa, let's not get into that because I can pull up dozens of videos of Americans saying the most backcrack crazy shit.
I thought you were going to say fisting. I was going to say we can't do that on
most
YouTube.
of them are my live streams, folks. Most of them are my live streams.
Oh my.
DJ, I think on your Thursday stream when you're drunk, you should read the reviews of the haunted vagina. Just read them for us.
Okay.
10 years. My God.
Okay.
Oh my God, Scotty. You didn't have an escape plan like Deej. You should have heard him earlier. He was ready to come in there with bungee cords. He was ready.
2x4.
Soul Assassin, you came late. We were talking about the haunted vagina. It's a book. All right. It's
Poltergeist.
Hey, the haunted vagina sounds more fun than that movie with the teeth in the vagina.
Nah, dude, teeth is
what?
Awesome. That's a funny.
Wait,
movie.
what?
Yeah, Teeth is a vagina film,
Vagina
Stephen.
dentata.
In which a woman with a vagina has teeth in it and bites cocks off.
Yeah.
Your kind of film.
Is that a comedy? That's not my kind of film, Ryan. Is that a comedy?
Well, it's I don't know. I need to look into the
comedy for me.
It becomes funny. It feels like they were playing it straight though, and then it just accidentally is just funny as hell. I should introduce the best part, but
I should introduce her to you, Stephen, and see if you can resist.
I don't like where this is going, Ryan. I'm healed now. Leave me alone, thank you. Okay, I feel better about myself. Okay, I'm not crying anymore. What do we want to before we lose Ryan and Tina, who's heading over to different streams, and they'll tell you guys where they're going in about 15 minutes. What do we want to cover? You guys want to talk about the disaster of Captain Marvel or the other?
Or
Let's
Will
talk
Smith
about Will
denying
Smith taking it up the anus.
Let's talk about Will
Stephen
Smith taking it
like
up the ass then. Okay, thank you. Deej, get that gay ass article. All right, man up and share it.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah. I got it.
I only highlighted this because Stephen likes talking about penises, and since it involved
I do not.
African Americans, I mean Angus is one of them. I thought it would tie in to what's going on here. Will Smith denies gay rumors after accusation he was caught having sexual relations with Fresh Prince actor Dwayne Martin. Weird way of spelling it. Unequivocally false. Who else wants to speak? Because I have to cough.
It sounds like Will has some skeletons in his haunted back vagina.
Maybe.
No, actually, I will 100% side with Will on this one. Because it was like a day or two later, it came out. Somebody asked Jada about this, and she was like, "That is total bullshit. This guy is just, coming down for trying to start drama for money or for attention, for clicks, whatever. That's not Will." And for somebody who we have seen time and time again throwing him under the bus, for her to go, no. Either she's playing protective because throwing him under the bus is her thing, or she really has his back on this one.
I personally think, Mama, that Jada Pinkett Smith is one of the most trustworthy women in Hollywood, just above Amber Heard.
Oh my God.
Oh God, no. Don't get me wrong. I hate the woman. I hate everything she has done to Will. And conversely, with her going on about Tupac too, don't get me started.
Oh,
She has
Did you
been
see the
nothing but
letter
attention
her
grab.
daughter wrote?
She is. Oh.
Papa knows
she has been
just the right
nothing
button.
but dropping these fantastically idolized black men's names for the sake of promoting her book. Fuck her.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't trust a woman that plays a character named
only-
Fish. No.
It wasn't even from the comics. Fish Mooney didn't
Do you think?
exist anywhere else other than that TV show. And you know what?
Do you,
I was happy when they deep fried that fish.
Hmm.
I got a question. Do you guys think that? Do you think Fish had a haunted vagina?
All of them do.
Probably.
This messed up, Ryan.
All the fish in the sea have problems. That's why they have to rub each other like lesbians do in order to, so that the eggs can fertilize, because they don't have penises or vaginas. They have to rub next to each other, the fish. So,
I'm strangely turned on right now. I don't stop talking. Who's going to read this article?
I suppose
Will
I
Smith.
will. No,
All right,
Will
Deej,
Smith.
give it your all,
No.
buddy. Come on.
No.
Feel
Ryan has
straight.
to. Ryan
Okay.
has to.
Okay.
Will Smith has staunchly denied claims he was once caught having sexual relations with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air actor Dwayne Martin, branding the accusation, quote, unequivocally false, unquote. Brother Bilal, who describes himself as the actor's ex-personal assistant, made the shock accusation in a now viral interview with internet personality Tasha K. Bilal claims he once walked in on the Men in Black star, now 55 years old, and Martin engaging in a sex act in Martin's dressing room.
Ryan, could you try and read this with a little less racism? Thank you.
I'm trying to omit things because my voice is fucked. I could have made many racist comments during that last paragraph. Quote,
I know. That was just a compliment. That was a backhanded compliment, buddy.
Okay. I quote, I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne having anal sex with Will, unquote. Brother Bilal said, quote, there was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him, murdering him. It was murder in there, unquote. He also made unflattering
Wait, hold on.
claims
Murdering him? What are you talking, like aggressive butt sex? Is that what he's trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to clear that up. Thanks.
Yes, I wonder why. He also made unflattering claims about Smith's manhood, comparing his penis to the size of a, quote, pinky toe, unquote. A spokesperson for the Oscar-winning actor insisted the story was, quote, completely fabricated, unquote, in a statement TMZ, which is owned by Fox, on Tuesday, while a source told the outlet that Smith is, quote, considering taking legal action, unquote. Dwayne Martin, 58, was married to actress Tisha Campbell from 1996 until 2020. I wonder why they got divorced.
Where the hell? There we go.
The Brooklyn-born actor is best known for his stints in the series LA's Finest and on the show All of Us. Martin has worked with Smith on a number of projects, including 2 episodes of his former series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 1993 and 1995, and 3 episodes of the 2022 reboot Bel-Air, so they could, do it again. He's also been seen on the Paul Reiser show, in the films White Men Can't Jump and Scream 2, and in the music video for the 1994 Boys, Little Men hit I'll Make Love to You. Oh, so they've done it before. Bilal said...
That's Boys to Men, not Boys Little Men.
Oh, well, fucking maybe they should fucking spell it properly, American wankers. Bilal said that he had been working on a Hollywood set and ordered to keep, quote, eyes on Will, unquote. Oh, eyes. In the moments leading to him witnessing the actors having sexual relations. Quote, I saw sexual acts. There was one I walked in on, unquote, said Bilal, who was on the series to promote his forthcoming book titled Will Smith Demonic Circle. Bilal said, looked everywhere and noticed that Smith's car was in its right place, but the actor was nowhere to be found. He said that producers on the unnamed project were repeatedly summoning him on his walkie-talkie and cell phone, pressuring him to find the actor and bring him back to set. He said that he had the keys to Martin's dressing room when he discovered the two actors engaging in sexual activity. Bilal said he was like, quote, a deer in the headlights, unquote, and said, quote, oh shit, when he encountered the pair. There we go.
I just have to ask why Angus disappeared. That's all. Like, why did Black Angus go away? You're our shield, bro. What are you doing? Where are you?
Because he's done a Will Smith once.
See, no, I'm just asking the question. He's my brother. I understand him. I'm just wondering why he all of a sudden disappeared when we start talking about aggressive butt sex. I'm just asking.
Well, since you revealed Stephen to me that Angus was bisexual, it seems to make sense now. It really does. And
you think? You're putting two and two together right now. Okay, I'm just wondering. He might have went and got a sandwich. I don't know.
No, he said in the private chat. He said,
You two are
let's
not
see.
starting in on that again, are you?
Sometimes, guys, gotta go though. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
off.
Stephen. I thought.
Yeah,
Stephen
I didn't see that.
Say something.
No. I didn't see that message. That's all.
Okay.
I was just busting Angus's balls. All right. Please continue. God, this is horrible.
Are you doing okay, Ryan, or do you need me to take over? I know you're.
Well, unfortunately I have to go, ladies and gentlemen, because I need to go to the toilet and I need to prepare for another show. But
All right. Well, let's bring this down.
Well, I will conclude by saying that ever since that incident of Will hitting Chris, it seems to be going downhill for the man. Thank you, Stephen, for having me as part of Rogue Entertainment and for me speaking my mind. Great to see Mama Bear and Deej and Bojan, and hopefully all of us rogues will hang together because we'll certainly be hanged separately. You can check me at Ryan Roger
Dig that.
I'm the host and founder of Reality Based. I recently had a good talk with Vex Electronica, so hopefully you all enjoy that. And I'm off now to the Hypno Show, Saturday Night Hypnosis. Shagsworth is the guest, and we'll have a good talk there. But stick around. Hypno's got plenty of viewers to watch his show. Stick around on Rogue Entertainment. I'm sure you will enjoy the rest of the show. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, except all those other groups, bye for now, folks. Have a great time. Bye.
Good night,
See you later, Ryan.
Later.
All right. Okay. I mean, do we want to read the rest of this?
Yeah,
That's
really.
entirely up to you. I think the rest of it is just going to be Jay saying no, it didn't happen. Will saying no, it didn't happen. That's all.
Yeah.
That's mostly blah 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 blah.
Yeah. So, like, Mom, I know you're really passionate about this topic. Like, what are your final thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? Is it legit? Is it just made up? What do you think?
Like I said earlier, normally Jade is the first one to throw Will under the bus. I mean, look how fast she did it when it was the Chris Rock slap. I didn't know he was going to do it. Girl, he was laughing until you gave him stink eye. But no.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. You guys know how often I swear. No, this is complete bullshit. This is somebody, and they did say former employee.
Yeah, or somebody who didn't make it might be jealous. Somebody who didn't make didn't have as much success. Just trying to make money off the back of somebody else, and that happens to. I think I have to anybody. You could be just a social media personality, and somebody's going to try and make money off your name. So, like, to me, honestly, I don't give a damn if he's gay or not. I don't give a shit. I've always liked Will Smith, and kind of an attachment to him. Like I had an attachment to Bill Cosby before all that came out because they're both from Philly. So
okay.
I'm rooting for Will.
Will Smith has tapped more women than I have.
Madge will steal your girlfriend, Mama Bear. Speaking, by the way, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Mama. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Will Smith has tapped more women than I have. If he's anything, he would be bi, but he is. I mean, everyone knows about what happened on the set of the Suicide Squad between him and Margot Robbie. I mean, come on, who wasn't going to go for that one?
I didn't hear that, and I love Margot Robbie rumors, but
So does
Okay.
yeah. Will loved Margot Robbie too.
Yeah.
There's your calls notes.
All right. So before Tina has to head out, she's heading over to Spork News Podcast. Great show over there, hosting guest Vinny Art. Please go check that out after the show. Before you leave, Tina, let's go over the numbers from the Marvels because I know you saw that excellent movie and had wonderful things to say about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. let me let me grab those. Let's see. We have some. Oh, actually, well, thank you very much for sharing, Deej. We have the updated Rotten Tomato score is not bad. I mean, that's not bad.
What?
I
I
mean,
mean, it's
I
not
thought
bad, but
yeah, I thought the movie was a 5 out of 10 for me. It wasn't the worst. There were 3 or 4 other MCU movies that I think were worse than this, and one of them being the Eternals, another being Shang-Chi. So but yeah, this kind of blows my mind. I think that the critics are right this time. And I think if you bring it down to the just the top critics, I think it's something in the mid 50s. So
yeah, I know you were over on Jacob's channel, Barroom Podcast, with the guys from Bounding into Comics talking about this. You know, they were bouncing their feelings because you've seen this and you also understand the universe. Like, what type of was it a good movie for you? Like in the frame of what they were trying, the story they were trying to tell.
it didn't seem to me to have anything to do with the long story getting us to either Kang or Secret Wars, because there's talk about them skipping over the whole Kang thing anyway because of all of the changes and the fact that they've slowed down the number of movies that they're doing. I thought the movie, it was a jumbled bunch of okay scenes. The action was fine, but everybody was overpowered or their power levels were inconsistent, throughout the fight scenes. I thought that Iman Vellani is just a ball of sweetness and light, and she is so absolutely adorable. And the family aspect that they achieved in this movie with her family is everything that Blue Beetle should have been and
Okay.
wasn't. But you really, I mean, you didn't learn much about the characters. I mean, I saw all the Disney Plus series that were the required homework, and that's unfortunately the problem. Is if you didn't see the first Captain Marvel movie, you don't understand about the Flurkins, the cats with the octopi that come out of their mouth.
Uh-huh.
You don't really understand why it is that these certain people hate Captain Marvel and what it is that she did to make them hate her. And if you didn't watch WandaVision, you have no idea who Monica Rambeau is and why it is that she might have had a falling out with or not be quite comfortable with Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel right now. And if you didn't watch Ms. Marvel, then you have no idea who the heck Kamala Khan is and how she got her powers and anything about the quantum bands. Those are those large bracelet bangles that Kamala Khan has one, and the villain Barden. Benbar, I can't even remember what it is. Bendar, sorry, Bendar was her name. She found the other one. And apparently, when you wear both of them, it's super powered and you can do all kinds of amazing and consistent things. But there were a couple of scenes I laughed at. I think that Samuel Jackson did a great job. Nick Fury was very, very funny, especially his interactions with the family, but they were very much in the background. And this was a very female-centric movie. All 3 superheroes were female. The villain was female, and yeah.
All right. And,
So,
I know you've been around on a lot of streams. Like I said, you were talking to the Bounding guys and, been on Scott's channel and a couple other channels. Have people been seeing this and what's their feelings on it? What's the general consensus around our indie sphere?
everybody hates it. They think that some of them did not enjoy Ms. Marvel or her character. They thought the girl was really annoying, and I could see that. I mean, because she's like a very naive, Peter Parker or can't think of another example, but I mean, it's a teenage superhero. I mean, what are you kind of expecting, right? And plus, she comes from a very conservative background, and some people didn't find the humor, or they didn't find the way her costume looked. They thought it made her look poor because they showed a picture of the actress in a dress that she wore to the premiere and compared to the costume, and talked about how ugly it was. I'm like, this is a devout Muslim Pakistani teenager. That's how she
Right.
has to dress. She
Right.
couldn't possibly be running around in, a short skirt like, Supergirl or anything. So,
I mean, and actually, you
um,
think like for conservative spheres, that would be something to point out and actually laud, and as far as like
mhm,
her values and her family values.
exactly, exactly. So I think most of the people just didn't like Brie Larson's performance because just more of Brie Larson's attitude. Her performance was actually better than it was in Captain Marvel.
Okay.
And like I said, there wasn't a great plot. You didn't really care about the villain because they didn't put too much sense into her backstory, and
What's
the same thing kind
Nerdrotics
of
calling it "Woman the Accuser"?
Yes, yeah, woman the accuser. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I think that if you're looking for it, and I don't bother worrying about that kind of stuff, that you can find a lot of woke in it just because of the fact it was a very female centric movie. And once again, Samuel Jackson was the joke, which everybody that's a true Marvel fan knows that Nick
Yeah,
Fury is nowhere near something you would call a joke.
that's a
But
damn shame.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, 5 out of 10. It wasn't the worst MCU movie, but it was definitely far from the best.
Real quick, I want to say hail to the chat. There'll be Rogues here, Mortal Coils in the chat. We're going to be chatting later on his channel for Savage Spirituality tonight at 11 p.m. Pacific. Gap After Dark's in the chat. What's up, dude? My old Rogue mod. Good to see you, man. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to get to Phil in a minute because he got some comments. Papa Cotton, check the fuck out because he can't deal with this shit. We understand. He checked the fuck out of Rogue chat. I can't deal with all this entertainment shit. I gotta go. Poor guy. Um, and just want to say thank you to everybody who's watching, everybody who's lurking. Thank you so much for liking, sharing out links. Greatly appreciate you. And I want to get to Phil TMNT, another content creator, another TikTok, and he's got various, check him out on Twitter or X, whatever. It's Twitter. And give him a follow. Check him out. Oh, no, that's about Smith. Hold on. So Phil says, I had seen the film. Miss Marvel was the best part. The after credit scene was cool. What do you think of that comment, Tina?
100% agree.
Okay. All right. Phil TMNT also says, I feel the power swapping thing was somewhat inconsistent.
Absolutely. There was a thing where whenever they used their quantum powers, if it happened at the same time, they would switch places with the other person. So they even had a little montage on how they trained trying to control what happens, like as soon as they switch, or to anticipate that they're going to switch. But the problem is, in these fight scenes, sometimes only two characters switched. Sometimes they didn't all switch if they were all using their powers at the same time. And once again, their power levels were all over the place.
Gotcha. And his final comment about it is, as a person who's seen the movie, it was eh. So, he
Yep,
said, even though I dug the after credit scene, it was predictable.
true.
And anytime, brother. Phil, you're a positive dude. I appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for being here and supporting us. And there is Phil's Twitter, if you guys like to check him out, and his various channels and where he is on social media. Please do. Zombie Box Review says the post-credit scene was a major letdown. I believe the post-credit scene was, what was it? It was Beast. I think I heard something
Correct.
about Beast.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
Kelsey Grammer as Beast. What had happened is, sorry, spoilers for anybody who's running in the movie, but toward the end, Monica ends up in an alternate universe from where Captain Marvel and Kamala are. And she wakes up in the hospital, very similar to a reverse scene from when she came back from the blip. And she was sitting next to an empty hospital room because her mother had been in the bed when she disappeared, and then 5 years had passed. Well, this was
mhm.
her. Well, she wakes up in the bed, and her mom is sitting next to the table. But the problem is, her mom is uh, now the binary character, because she, instead of Carol Danvers, got the powers, and so she never had a daughter. So it has no idea who why it is that this Monica chick is calling her mom. And then that's when Kelsey Grammer as Beast comes in. It's all CGI, definitely not costume this time. And but he didn't look any different. So, there was definitely no passage of time experience in how they made him look. So very similar to Indiana Jones, there was old man voice coming out of, younger character that hadn't aged in however many years, 20 years. So, and that was pretty much about it. They're just saying basically that she's must have switched universes, not that that's possible, da 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 da, and then that was
Well, I
it.
kind of like the idea of bringing the Fox characters over. I like Kelsey
Mhm,
Grammer's Beast. I think that at his age, CGI is probably the way to go, although it is overused today.
mhm.
Um, Mortal Coil says, but didn't Rogue drain her? I think that was Captain Marvel. That's how she got the flight ability and a lot of her powers, I think, was draining Captain Marvel. And I think that if they wanted to build the X-Men universe and maybe give a fan satisfying for more than one reason ending to Captain Marvel, it would be building up Rogue again and then having that event take place, with an actress we like in a story that would be satisfying. I don't know what we're all pretty much, old Marvel fans here. Like Mama Bear, do you think that would be possible to do that and make it
That
satisfying for the fans?
I've said it 100 times. The only reason I saw the original Captain Marvel movie is because they heavily implied that it was going to be important to Endgame. I don't like Carol Danvers. Never have, never will. Her only purpose for me is being an engine to bring us the Rogue that I love.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I have no interest in seeing any Captain Marvel movie unless they say Rogue is going to be in there.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
mean,
don't
as
think
much
Yeah.
as I love
everybody.
Goose, and the idea of a whole pack of Flurkins, that's tempting to go look at because I loved Goose. I
Oh, you know what? Just
I want him.
yeah.
But
Check YouTube. It's a large part of the third act of the movie is does involve the little kitten Flurkins. So I would you probably just find it on YouTube. Honestly, just cutscenes
probably.
by now. Because it's been over a week, but yeah, it was kind of sad.
Yeah.
I do like the fact. I think the only reason that post-credit scene was there was just to say, hey, anyone who isn't watching the Disney Plus series, we're gonna start mixing shit up. We're gonna start seeing, X-Men in different universes because maybe 616, which is what they're calling the MCU universe, isn't just doesn't have either doesn't have the
Well,
mutant gene at all, which isn't true because they found out that Kamala Khan has a mutant gene at the end of
mhm.
Ms. Marvel. So there must be a mutant gene. It's just maybe whatever happens hasn't turned it on in this universe as of yet.
Mom, Tina, I know you got to leave soon. So right before you go, I just want to acknowledge the chat in case you have any comments. Matt, what's going on, dude? Thank you so much for being here. Hail to you. Says, yeah, Rogue drained Carol Danvers of her old power set. Then Carol's binary energy absorption ability kicked in and she got her big power up. Phil TMNT says, I honestly rather have the MCU get rebooted, build up the X-Men and Avengers and have them clash a bit when the big bad comes in. I mean, that's a possibility, but if that reboot happened, it'd have to happen like 15 years. It would have to be a good long time, in my opinion. And Phil also says the Marvels made me miss my cat more. Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh.
brother. He says my cat Nemo was alive, and I could pass him off as Goose for Halloween without dressing him up. Oh, I'm sorry,
That's
brother.
sweet.
Our animals are our family, and when we lose them,
Yeah,
it's
my
losing a
heart goes
friend.
out to you. I still feel bad.
So,
Yeah,
Tina, I know you've got to check
more than
out.
a
Why don't
friend.
you
I mean,
promote where you're heading to, and let us know what you're doing after that.
Alrighty, well, Sporky News Podcast starts at 8:30 Eastern, so please jump on over to Thinking Random. I forget which episode it is, but we've been doing this for a few months now. And our special guest tonight, besides talking about random things, will be talking to Vinny Tartamella, who's going to promote his new art book that he just released. If you haven't seen any of Vinny's work, please stop by and come to the stream or at least watch the show afterwards because his work is absolutely amazing. And then you will also find me tomorrow early evening at 7 p.m. Eastern on Beelzebub. Devil Made Me Do It and Extra Zero have been doing these Get Ranked streams for quite a few months now, and they're absolutely hilarious. And I've been there before discussing the best burgers and the best pizza. And well, our topic for this particular week is going to be Thanksgiving dishes. So it might not be exciting about ranking different anime and different horror movies, but it's a Thanksgiving topic for a great family holiday that's coming up. So look around for Beelzebub and Get Ranked at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And thank you, Phil, for posting Scott's link to his stream that starts in like 20 minutes.
Yep. Just before you go, just need your help for one more thing. Deej, if you could, if you have the screen share for the Geordie the Geordie article, that's probably the last thing we're going to cover. If you could just put that up on screen for us, Tina.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
There you go. Anything else?
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, nope, that's it.
You guys take care. Love y'all.
All right. Bye,
Later,
Tina.
Tina.
All right,
Hey.
Deej.
So we have
What a
actor LeVar Burton accused back here of threatening physical violence against the moms group at a book awards ceremony. Yep, actor LeVar Burton made an incendiary comment against parental rights group Moms of Liberty while hosting the National Book Awards ceremony on Wednesday evening. The former host of the beloved children's television series Reading Rainbow made a dig at the group during his opening remarks. Quote, "Are there any Moms of Liberty in the house? No?" he asked while surveying the room. And then they put in, Burton then joked he would fight, and what he said was, "Good, then hands will not need to be thrown tonight," he remarked as the
not
audience
the best comment to make.
cheered and Burton chuckled. Yeah, that's not really a good. You know, if I'd said something like that towards a group of women, I would have been lambasted and run out of town.
No doubt. Just that's something that I don't think a man should say. I mean, unless he's being viciously attacked, defending him, has to defend himself or whatnot. Like, Mama, if you hear that without any context, how does that make you feel? That's from a female perspective.
As a female's perspective, actually, I have had that said to me, and I did take it seriously. I did report it and blocked. But yeah, that there is that double side of, yeah, that's not okay, and that is a threat. But there's also the side that grew up in the wrong neighborhood that I'm like, okay, bring it.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say it to my because he'd whoop my ass.
In this day and age where there are cameras everywhere, you know what? Bring it, bitch.
It's also kind of in a post, like, up until a certain point in the last century, there was an excusal of behavior for men who treated their wives that way, like wife beaters. And it was something that was confronted. And thankfully, I mean, there was overcorrections here and there, but it's not something, it's not something as a man, I think you should say, unless in extreme circumstance, like as a deterrent or a warning, at least in my opinion. So, but Deej, now that we've got our Fifi reaction, what's the context of this? Why did he say this?
Well, the Moms of Liberty is a group of mothers that basically have been going around trying to keep certain perverted books out of schools. Mm-hmm. But you know how, just like Pink did earlier in the week and everything else, they throw up the wrong list of books. They try to deflect what kind of books they are. So LeVar Burton, like a typical Hollywood type, doesn't really know who the hell the group is. He just hears banning books, so he wants to go off on them.
I'd like to correct what I said earlier. Yeah, Slender Dad and Zombie Box are saying it's not a threat. It's not a threat. It's an insinuation. It could be taken as a threat, but yeah, I agree with you guys. I used the wrong word. So basically, Burton is upset about a group of mothers who are trying to protect their children's upbringing by not having sexually based materials in their kids' schools.
Yep.
I've never heard of these Moms of Liberty, but that sounds like it sounds like a worthy thing to do. I mean, I personally, it's like my kids are grown. My kids are pretty much grown. My youngest is graduating high school this year, so I only saw some of this ideology creeping in. Like in his middle school, I had to go have a discussion with the vice principal because the health teacher was trying to teach, the multiple gender thing in health class, and I told him, I said that's like teaching Lord of the Rings in history. It doesn't belong there. But I don't have any friends that have encountered this issue. Have you guys heard or had any friends that had to deal with going to a school because there was sexually explicit material being given in like grammar or middle school?
I've heard a few of my friends, and I also have a friend that works at a school as an aide that sees this type of shit creeping in. And we're
There's
talking
Keely Chow.
And we're talking Midwest here, and they're trying to push it in here.
Well, I think the first place that they go and vilify is like the Bible Belt or the South, like the conservative areas of the country, or traditionally Christian, because they get the largest reaction from them, and they can point the finger and vilify them. Much like how the bathroom debate in 2012 was aimed at conservative Christian types who didn't want to understand traditional family types, and they were kind of vilified. That's where a lot of the new age woke shit started. I don't know, Mama Bear, in Canada, is there anything like this going on within your public education systems?
Not that I've seen. I mean, there is still we do get a lot of teachers that, share out their pronouns because that's the way the world is at this point. But over the past couple of years, my daughter has been doing online school, so I've been able to hear pretty much everything the teacher says. And we don't have the same pressures that I hear that are in the American schools.
Oh yeah, it's all messed up here.
My daughter would definitely my daughter would be a complete target for that stuff.
Zombie Box says, I hope the magical vagina book is if it's a haunted vagina, and we don't need that in the public school system, Andy. Okay.
You know what? I have seen videos of some dads reading out books that their kids brought home from the school library. And like at these school council meetings, and the counselors are going, because they're explicit. And the counselor's going on, we don't need to hear that. Yeah, my kid got this from your library. If you don't think it's okay for me to read in this session, why can my kid get it out from the school?
And they never answer that question.
No, they don't. Every time.
Zombie Box Review says, where do babies come from? Well, son, they come out of a vagina portal that leads to Narnia. Oh, great.
No, they come from a stork.
Phil TMNT says, wait, you sure Mama Bear is old enough to be a mom? He's flirting with you, Mama.
I love Phil.
God, is there anything more to this article?
Well, it goes on to talk about who the Moms of Liberty are. They're a parental rights group. They have 300 chapters across 48 states, frequently behind parental challenges to sexually explicit books in libraries.
And I think that is a worthy cause.
But LeVar doesn't like that, apparently. He doesn't want that. And I don't know what the hell they keep saying banning books. The books are not actually being banned. They're just kept out of the school libraries. If some parent is deranged enough and want their kids to read the garbage, they can order it on Amazon or wherever else and get the damn book and do it at home. They don't need it in school.
You're right. Absolutely. It's a public space. And I think what they're doing is right. That's sort of like raising your kid how you want to raise them at home is fine, but don't force that on others. And when I hear someone like LeVar Burton say that, like I don't care what world he's constructed around him where that's okay. Fighting for this type of thing is okay. I think Hollywood rings. That's what it makes me think. Like you're a part of that. You're defending that, making children more accessible to certain types that want to use them for things that they should not be used for.
Like I am seriously hoping he's just confused on this situation, because a lot of the times when schools are talking about banning books or anything like that, it's stuff like Tom Sawyer, Harry Potter, books that honestly should be read. I own Tom Sawyer. It's a delightful book, highly recommend. But in this case, this group isn't doing it because of something that's outdated in the book. It's because these books are straight up smut a lot of the times.
Well, Pink,
graphic details.
Earlier in the week, Pink showed her colors as being an entertainer, just like Burton, that doesn't exactly know what the hell they're talking about, because on X, she put out this whole list about fighting against banned books. She was going to give all these books. She started listing all these books, and it turned out that she got fact-checked that half of the books that she listed were on a list of books that they had to read in the schools. They were nowhere near anything that was on a ban list, except a couple of them turned up to be on a ban list in California. But I think all these Hollywood types just listen to their little echo chambers. They never actually look to see what actually is happening. So they just do like Burton did, start running their mouth and not know what the hell they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? That type of ignorance is at least is better than, not that it's better than, but better than, just hearing that and thinking they are peddling or peddling.
This type of ignorance, you can't tell them where they're going wrong because they don't want to listen to it. They will die on the sword thinking that they are righteous, justice, and they're the only ones you should listen to.
Yeah, and that's what extremism breeds, and echo chambers, and not thinking for yourself, or having to toe a certain line. It's Hollywood is a disgusting place today, and it's always been left leaning, but now it's just extremist, progressive, nonsense. And all right, I think we're done with this article, and let's go into our outros. Mama Bear, what you got going on? Where do you stream? Tell people where they can find you.
Well, it's Mama Bear, your art doll. You can find me here on YouTube at Mama Bear Art Doll. I'm also on Twitter, on Instagram. All of that stuff is linked on any of my videos. And most of the time, you can also find me Sundays at 2 Eastern with Makani Draws, where we hang out, we have fun, we try to get some drawing done. Don't try. But it's always fun. I am working on some videos. One that one of my dear friends has dubbed Granny Oh My Goodness. I could give you guys a bit of a teaser for it if you guys want.
Go ahead.
Would love that.
YouTube is not going to be very happy with me on this one. I know Instagram will not be. But you guys know how everywhere they are trying to make women frumpy, ugly, all of that. I'm not doing that anymore. I've been fighting that battle for too long. There we go.
There you go.
That's my granny. I'm bringing sexy back.
Damn right, Mama. You're our hero right now. Thank you. DJ, tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Well, you can find me back on my channel now because I'm out of the god dang fields. So I'm not driving a tractor back and forth all damn day. Thanksgiving, come on over because I am doing a live stream. I don't know. It could be a long one. It could be a short one. We don't know. It depends upon how fast I have to drink that bottle of Fireball that we're going to do. For all the people that really just don't have much to do on Thanksgiving, no one to hang out with or anything else, or if you need someplace to vent frustrations with conversations you might have around the Thanksgiving table, come on over. And I got a special deal going on for Christmas this year too.
All right, brother.
We're going to watch a classic holiday movie, the Star Wars Holiday Special from 1978.
Oh God, I'm so watching that. Oh,
we are going to watch it for Christmas this year.
all right, wonderful, man. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Please go check out Sparking News Podcast over there with Tina Bojan, guest Vinny Tardamella. Go support your independent creators, no matter what lunch table they sit at, no matter what crew it is. Please support those that you like. You don't know how much a share means to an indie creator or a growing and prospering channel. We appreciate everyone in the chat. That's why we hail the chat each and every time you guys come and visit us. And I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian, your historian, born in the chats with my brothers and sisters, fighting for our modern mythologies. Wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other, yet suffer no fools. Peace. Wash your